Hello, elite business owner. I am so excited to be here with you today, and I'm more excited that you have taken the opportunity to engage with us over the next 5 days. My name is Stephanie, and I am here today to explain a framework that will change the way you think about your business. And on top of that, it will also be a foundational framework as a backdrop for the work that we're going to be doing together over the next 5 days. Now, stay with me because there's a lot of stuff out there on the internet that's all about hype and excitement. We don't do hype. Instead, we share high impact, real business insights and proven methods to help you grow from 7 figures to 8 figures and beyond. That's what we do. That's what we're good at. Now, the intellectual property of this document, and I feel like we have to say this disclaimer, it does belong to Keep, but they have given us permission to share it with you. So first, let's get oriented on the infographic itself. So across the top, you are going to see that there are 5 stages, and they're labeled solopreneur, new employer, steady operation, and so on, right? But you will also see the row headings. But for today's purposes, we are going to focus on the sales row and the biggest hurdles row. Now, if you look closely at the sales numbers for each stage, one of the cool things you might notice once you get past solopreneur is that there is a pattern on the 1s and 3s of revenue once you, like I said, get past that solopreneur stage. What we have found through tons of experience is that every time a business roughly triples in revenue, you move into a new stage of small business. So I want you to just stop and think about this for just a minute. Intuitively, it makes sense, right? It makes sense that the same machine or operation that you've got and you've created that got you to one stage will not be sufficient to get you to the next stage. Okay, so you have to upgrade some combination of your people, your processes, and your systems to be able to operate at the next level. Okay, I want to break this down into a little analogy. We like to sometimes compare this to shifting gears on a bike. So once you've maxed out the output of a particular gear on your bike, you're going to burn yourself out if you just double your personal effort in your pedaling. So you need to shift gears, and then your pedal effort translates to more output. Let's go back to the stages for this analogy, right? You can think about the biggest hurdle, that line, right? That one of those rows right there, as being the work that you have to figure out to get to the top end of that stage. So for example, if you want to grow from 100,000 to 300,000 in stage 2, you have to figure out how to sell. You can't get out of stage 2 without figuring out how to sell. And if you want to go from 300,000 to 1 million, you have to build a predictable lead gen and a consistent delivery of your product or service. I mean, we just have to figure that out. Otherwise, we can't get to the next stage. So at each stage of growth, there are new things to learn and new capabilities to build in your business, right? As you understand that, it makes it a whole lot easier. And then the business begins to plateau. And no matter how much pedaling you put in, you don't seem to make any more progress. So unless you, as a business owner, figure out how to overcome the hurdle for the next stage of growth, nothing will change. So this is that insight that I want you to think about. This is that part of this document where I say, if you can understand how to get to the next level in your business, it's going to level up you as a leader, and it's going to level up your business as well. Marshall Goldsmith, you've probably heard of his familiar quote, which is absolutely true in this situation, which is, what got you here won't get you there. And in fact, if there is anything in your 7-figure business that you are not happy about, it is entirely your fault. But the flip side is that you are entirely in control of how you make the change and what you do to change it. And I want you to feel empowered by that because you're the one responsible here. And you are the one that has to do it to get a different outcome. In the next 2 videos, we are going to share both the personal shift you have to make as the business owner and the things you have to do in the business to grow from 1 million to 3 million, 3 million to 10 million. And until then, good luck, and we'll see you then.